Hello, one and all. It is once again Tipsy Tuesday. This has been sitting in the freezer for who knows how long, and there's just the tiniest little bit left. I feel like an animal. Thank you, George Clooney, for Casamigos. So today's tip is simple, but I think it'll really help a lot of people believe that their camera isn't broken. These days, a lot of cameras and lenses have image stabilization built into them. And something that might not be super apparent is what that image stabilization sounds like when it is not activated. Cameras and lenses, if they have image stabilization, oftentimes have a floating element to them. So in the lenses, there's a floating glass element. In cameras, the sensor's kind of free floating. And then when it is turned on and the image stabilization is engaged, then it's no longer floating, it's being held in a position. When it's not, you get, this is some real camera ASMR for you, you get a rattle. That's just a floating element. And I'll tell you what, that's normal. So we've got that rattle, right? But if I turn this camera on, now that the camera is on, there is no more rattle. You can also hear it in cameras. So this is a Canon R6 Mark II. It's a different sound because it's a sensor that's bouncing around in there. But all I have to do is turn the camera on. No more bounce. What this tip is really for is to understand what's a normal sound coming from your camera and what's not a normal sound. If you put it on your camera and the sound goes away, it's a normal sound. If you put it on your camera and the sound gets worse, not a normal sound. Don't freak out if your camera or lens suddenly makes some funky noises when it's powered off. It's totally fine. I say this from a place of deep empathy because we have had people drive from great distances thinking that there was something wrong with the camera or lens that they either just got, or maybe they left it in a backpack and it was jostled a little bit and they're worried that there was something wrong only because now they're looking for it. Just be aware of what a normal sound is for your camera or your lens. It really is kind of frightening though, huh? You would think those things aren't meant to rattle like that. Hope you learned something.